So we would like to start the next presentations. We will have presentations from others who are engaged in the petroleum gas industry in the Middle East, in Japan. So the main theme is my leadership journey. And from the perspective of diversity, carbon management, and human resource development, we will think about how to demonstrate leadership to strive for the sustainable petroleum industry, and we will hear the presentations. Those participants participated JCCP training from 14th of May, and they learned about leadership and career development, and they had a workshop discussion yesterday with Japan's FCW members. So we will have 3 representatives, and first we will hear about diversity, please.
Assalamu alaikum. Konnichiwa. Good afternoon, everyone. It is our pleasure to present today our leadership journey for sustainable society and in energy industry. After an immersive 2-week course, we will be sharing key insights learned in 3 main categories: diversity, carbon management, talent development. For our group number 1, we will be presenting the topic of diversity. To start, we are diverse 6 ladies representing 4 countries. From the UAE, we have Afra-san and Leila-san. From Saudi Arabia, we have Hassa-san. And from Oman, we have Maha-san. And from Japan, we have Moeko-san and myself, Ayumi. Our presentation will revolve around sharing actionable insight from 3 perspectives: for ourselves, for our organization, for our society. Our main goal in the group is to cultivate a multi-level culture of inclusion in energy sector, where women are empowered to lead, and organizations are structured to support equity, and society are inspired to redefine progress through diversity. To start, we will begin to describe action to be taken for ourselves, utilizing our value, strengths, and way of being. Our members have set action that they would like to do enhance our empowerment. We believe that empowerment starts at a personal level. No one can advocate for your growth better than you. In Japan and the GCC, cultural humility is very valued. But we must also encourage women to develop and share their voice in respectful and constructive ways. We have set the following to be actioned. Skill building is vital, like technical knowledge, communication skill, strategic thinking. Continuous learning gives women the tools to lead. Creating and joining support networks help women break isolation and access collective strengths, both locally and globally. We also need to highlight the importance of lifelong learning, keeping up with global energy innovation and digital tools. Finally, personal resilience is key. Encouraging self-care, mental well-being, and balance will help sustain leadership and long-term impact. And I will call Leila-san to introduce action in organization and society.
Moving forward, the second item tackles actions to be taken for the organization, where we aim to create inclusive environment where women thrive and lead. We believe that organizational change is not optional, it is essential. Companies perform better when they reflect the diversity of their society. In this, we propose the following actions. Tracking gender diversity isn't just a formality. It helps to identify gaps and set real targets for improvements. Cultural adaptation is important. Policies must be inclusive while respecting values in Japan and the GCC. For example, offering flexible work in a way that still maintains team harmony. Leadership programs and internal mobility opportunities can help break the glass ceiling many women still face. Bias awareness training, especially at the managerial level, is a strong tool to shift workplace cultures over time. The message to the organization should be, inclusion isn't a charity, it's a competitive advantage. Lastly, actions beyond the organization is a must, where we need to support a larger cultural shift that opens more doors for women in the energy industry. This starts with the education, encouraging girls to enter the STEM fields and showing them that women can succeed in energy. Our advocacy must respect cultural values, but also challenge outdated narratives that limits potential. Cross-sector partnership amplify our reach. Working with government and media can make gender equity a national cause. When we empower women at a societal level, we empower economies, communities, and future generations. It is important to showcase women who have succeeded in energy, from engineers to executives, to inspire the next generation. And for our closing remarks, I would like to introduce Maha-san.
In conclusion, we see that empowerment is a journey, not a single action. It begins with the self, is nurtured by organization, and takes root in society. Every level matters. We need to invest in all three to create true sustainable change. This is not just a diversity issue. It's a business and innovation issue. Diverse team build better solution. Let's take responsibility as individuals, organizations, and leaders to ensure the energy transition include everyone. As Sayyida Dr. Mona from Oman reminds us, Omani women and all women in the region are not waiting, they are already leading. Thank you for your time today. Aragito, thank you. Shukran.
Thank you very much. That was Group 1, so please give them a round of applause for Group 1. And now move on to Group 2. Afla al-Ramaiti, Isha Hala Abdulati Esa Halad, and Shal Nam. Carbon management will be presented by 3 members from the Group 2.
Assalamu alaikum, masakum Allah bil khair. Konnichiwa, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today we will cover the carbon management topic through our leadership journey for sustainable society and energy industry. Our group consists of the following. From United Arab Emirates, our colleagues, Ms. Amal Al-Hamadi, Ms. Afra Al-Rumaithi. From Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Ms. Rawan Al-Harbi. From Japan, Dr. Zayanan, Ms. Satsuki Nanko, Ms. Asuka Sumi, and finally myself, Shahla Al-Khalid from Kuwait National Petroleum Company. As a start, carbon management refers to the strategies and actions that individuals, organizations, and governments take to measure, reduce, and monitor carbon dioxide and other greenhouse emissions. The main goal is to minimize the environmental impact of human activities and contribute to climate change mitigation. Key components of carbon management include the following: carbon footprint assessment, emission reduction, carbon offsetting, carbon reporting, and compliance. Effective carbon management is essential for meeting climate goals, achieving net zero emission, and supporting a transition to a low carbon economy. To achieve this, we will take you through actions that will be taken by society, organization, and individuals.
Thank you. I'm Nan. I'm from Toyo Engineering Corporation. Well, I believe during the three groups we are given the most difficult topic, but also close related to our job. So through many hours of discussion, finally we came up to a conclusion as 3 levels of actions. We will introduce our actions from the society level, organization level, and then the last is personal level, because we believe these actions relate to each other. So it's the opposite order of the first group. But if you see the contents, you will believe you see why we are doing this. So start with the society level. We have 4 suggested action. The 2, let's start from the down right. The governmental level of initiatives and the left top regulation then for each field. They are kind of the set with each other. If you have initiatives, you need the regulation to set a box for the initiatives. So these 2 are levels should be done by society level. It's the top-down approach. And the other 2, education and like recycling program, those are, we believe they start from the bottom-up approach. And for each like education, recycling, maybe it's a small effect, but if you sum up those all, they will make huge impact to the society. For example, my son is 8 years old, is the second year of primary school. Every time, he's seriously considering how to reduce the CO2 emission to the world. Every time I told him I'm working for a project to produce gas or what, he would ask me, now what will we do to capture all those CO2s you emit, something like that. So we do evaluate the power of education. Next one is for organization. So our group, we've already have like 5 organizations, ourselves. So these organizations, we don't mean for each company, we come together as the oil and gas industry and community. So these 4 actions we mean as a whole community. The right top, employee engagement, is linked to the education part. From my experience, like if you talk to engineer, like why should we reduce CO2 emission? They don't know, except this is what the client wants. So you go to the root of why doing these things, like action with purpose. That is the company should do. So linked to that, the left 2, optimizing power usage and sustainable operation. These 2 are very close to each other. So look into our own operation, like how to reduce power usage and CO2 emission from that. And the last one is R&D of decarbonization technology. We always, not myself, like science and technology is always the hammer to crack problem. We believe that. So like for Japanese companies like ourselves and other engineering companies, we do have good technologies. And I also believe UAE companies and other companies also do. We should act as a whole, as a community, and work together with each other. That's all from me.
Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon. My name is Afra Al Nuaimi and I'm working in ADNOC refining. So today I'll be focusing on the practical steps that we can take as individuals to achieve a sustainable environment. As my colleague mentioned, the first step is to be aware. So we need to be aware of our carbon footprint, or in other words, it's the greenhouse gases that our lifestyle generates. That our lifestyle generates through travel, eat, and energy use. We can do this through many applications that are already available, such as oleo, footprint, and many more. This allows us to monitor, track, and set goals for our carbon footprint. Once we are aware, we can make conscious choices. So, for example, use eco-friendly products, support green businesses, and reduce waste. We can start then to move on to adopting renewable energy such as solar energy. We could apply or implement solar panels in our houses and any other places available. A key factor here is continuous learning. So we know that sustainability is a rapidly evolving field, and we need to keep up to date with the latest processes and technologies to make sure that we are making smarter decisions. Then once we have that all in place, we will start our low carbon habits. So it will become a daily habit. Through that, we could also start using public transport, cycling, reduce our air travel, use energy efficient appliances as well. Another point is planting trees. Even a small home garden can make that little difference. Finally, and most importantly, is advocating. So talking at home, talking at work, talking in social environments, making that awareness is truly important. As we know, advocacy multiplies impact and influences others to act. Finally, these might look like some small steps. However, collectively, it will make a significant impact. Okay. So as we all know, carbon management is a key lever in building a sustainable future. And us as emerging leaders, we will act with purpose, inspire change, and build bridges between industries and societies to make the necessary change. Thank you.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you. A big round of applause, please. Now, we would like to move on to the group number 3. Ms. Rowley Al-Yusuf Al-Swadi and Ms. Kajia Al-Omari and Ms. Moe Hongyo will be presenting on talent development, please.
Good afternoon. Welcome everyone to our presentation on our leadership journey for sustainable society and the energy industry. I'm Moe Hongyo from JCCP Holdings Corporation. It is my pleasure to have this opportunity to express our opinion today. This presentation is brought to you by Group 3, Talent Development. Let me introduce my team member of Group 3, Abdullah, Rima, Moe, Roya, and Hadija, and Kiyomi. I'll hand over the next part to my colleague, Roya.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. My name is Rawi Swedi. I'm working in ADNOC Gas. I will start my presentation with our vision, mission, and desired goal for talent management. Our vision is to build an inclusive, empowered, and future-ready workforce where every individual talent is recognized and developed. Our mission is to attract, grow, and retain diverse talent by fostering learning opportunities and leadership. Last but not least, our desired goal is to ensure access to growth access to growth and upskilling opportunities, encouraging cross-cultural collaboration and learning, develop inclusive programs. We have identified action to be taken from three perspectives: from ourselves, our organization, and our society. The first action is to expand our network. By attending industry conferences and networking events to meet new professionals and build relationships that can lead to future collaboration and opportunities. The second action, to be more visible and speak up by active participation in team meetings and share our ideas and opinions. This can help us to gain recognition and demonstrate our expertise. The third action is to seek out a mentor who can provide guidance and support us in our career development.
Hello everyone, my name is Khadija Al-Umairi from Oman. I am working in OKU organization as Senior Specialist Terminals Operations. I will present the action to be taken for organizations in terms of talent management. First of all, in order to have integrated talent management systems in place, each organization strategy should include fair hiring and promotion practice for both genders. Also need to maximize individual potential by identifying clear individual development plan. Need to attract, develop, and work on retention process for employees, as well as need to have rewards and recognition process in place and align with individual performance. Need to also have a clear and identify career map structured well, and to have right people on the right rules. Need to work in the development performance management systems, and need to have a clear scorecard systems and share continuous feedback for each employee. We can see in this slides, we'll share and present action to be taken for society in terms of talent management. First of all, create platform for cross-cultural exchange. This one, it can be happen by expand such committee in order to involve more cultures, and also to encourage cross-cultural exchange and enhance learning. And then we have promote equal access to quality educations for both gender and evaluate the challenges, as well as need to create national talent development programs, which can support and promote women in workplace environment, as well as need to ensure upskilling opportunities. Need to support research and talent developments. Then we need to work on the inputs and need to deep evaluate the challenges on those researches. In conclusion, talent development is a long-term investment to both our people and future. By fostering growth and continuous learning, we can create culture where both individual and organization can thrive. At the end, thank you for your time to hear each female individual thoughts on those topics. Thank you, shukran, arigato gozaimasu.
Thank you very much. I think we have done all the presentations, but the speakers or panelists, can we have some advice or maybe comments? Fatima-san, do we have Fatima-san in the audience who may be able to give us some comment?
He asked about if you have any question.
Then maybe
your work and your presentation. You know, I've been attending these forums multiple times, and I noticed that we somehow always think and list the logical things to do. It's logical, it's common sense, it's the right thing to do. Yet, in practical terms, when it comes to what organizations implement in real life, it sometimes does not go, and it's not as simple as the list presented. So maybe this is not an easy question to be answered, but what is, if we choose one, the fair hiring? How do we make sure that it's not just a point? How do we make sure it's implemented right? And it's a general question, whoever.
It looks not working. First of all, need to have process in place. And also we need to have a quality department also in order to make sure we are following the right process without any bias.
I can add to this. As per my experience, I think one of the processes to have like fair hire, to have like set of deep technical balance in addition to competencies that the person is going to be hired have in balance. To have like gender equality for hiring both male and female with the same for the same position. I think that what needs to be taken into consideration, the experience, if it's for experience or a fresh graduate, it has to have its own differences.
Can I add one more point? Also, we are using the technology for screening, for example, the CVs, and try to avoid little bit human interruptions in between. And actually, we have such system in place as well.
You know, AI can be also biased. Depends on how you train it.
Fatima-san and participants, thank you very much. I think we are running out of time, but maybe we could ask someone to comment. Kameda-san, could you make some comment?
All your hard work and the presentation. I think your 8-year-old is smarter than my 8-year-old because I don't think she knows what CO2 is. So it's quite impressive. I think you hit so many nails on the head. As leaders, that we have been trying to address these three very big, important topics. As Ms. Fatima said, that I think where you try to implement it, where you sometimes do face a challenge, but it doesn't change the fact that as leaders, and it doesn't matter what your rank is in the company, as leaders, it's also about mindset, but also making that decision and the conviction. So I think those of you who are in the power and hierarchical power within an organization, I hope you can support some of these initiatives and proposals and action, because at the top, it needs to come from the top. And also want to mention that sometimes it's not necessarily the hiring, but retention of women, I think, is a global issue. So many of my colleagues in the US left in their 30s and changed their careers. And I think we do need to address the issue of retention. And I think it does come to diversity, but not just that. But I think there's something about talent development. How do you support women to thrive in organization? And hopefully that will also lead to more visibility and engagement in terms of carbon management. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Now, thank you very much for your participation in the discussion as well as preparing for the presentation. That was quite meaningful session. Now, the FCE and also members of the group, we would like to give them a round of applause once again.